Boom! How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to another live stream. Aren't you lucky? 3 times in 1 week. Grand! So yeah, today, basically, we're doing a building stream on Hydroneer. It's taking a little bit longer to load up the game now, considering it's getting a bit busy now. I did a little bit of patching. It was this morning or was it yesterday night? I went onto my level and there were tiny bits missing again. I'm like, I think I'm getting to that build limit again of the game just not loading nicely. Apparently my activity log on Steam's like, connect to Twitch. No, shouldn't have to do that. But there we go. So yeah, I'm literally just waiting now until it's taking longer and longer to get in there. Yes, you did make it as the first one, Paul. So yeah, here we go. I've made a couple of little adjustments here and there, but nothing too overly strenuous. I did put in some RGB lighting actually into my wall. So on my driveway, this lights up now, which is quite nice. But apart from that, it's mainly just sort of I've put the lighting down in floor 2 now, so that's good. I actually hooked that up to this lighting here. So what I did was I've run a cable from this light under this floor. I've run it into the wall and I've put my lights up down here, so it's all good. He is a bit eager. Superman 12091, how you doing? So yeah, I've now got dungeon lighting in floor 2. So this isn't something I want to be doing just yet. I will be working on this though. Mostly fantastic. Oh, it's all good, man. I will be jumping into it. So today I'm going to be mainly focusing on the garage, and I want to build a vegetable stall down the front. So down here is where we're building the veg stall, right at the front. And then I don't know what else I'm really going to be doing. You know, it's just looking a bit more complete now, which is quite nice. So this is going to be the new store. I'm going to leave it open front a bit like this. Going to put a roof on it and bits and pieces. So yeah, just going to build a little bit of a wall, some windies. I'm probably going to leave this open as in sort of so it gets air. I know it's like it's thinking too much about it, but you sort of get the gist, don't you? I'm a little bit crazy. So we are using the F7 mod because I'm not going to buy everything. There's no bloody way. I don't know why it's not like connecting to. It's very strange. It keeps saying it's connecting to Twitch, but it shouldn't be. You know what? I'll do that another day. I'll figure it out what's on there. So yeah, we just need wood. It's all good. It's all good. Haven't really played with the wired stuff using your auto repair layout for filters. That's not a problem. No, that's all good, man. As long as it's serving a purpose, it's all good. So I need wooden walls. I think I'm going too far forward. Oh no, actually that'll be alright because it's like sort of connecting, so that's alright. Actually, I'm going to put a window. I'm going to put 2 rows of windows in there. What, the filter thing? Yeah, the filter thing's pretty cool. I like it. It's simple. So I'm using it currently on here. So my main setup is run on those filters. Everything is run through this one pipeline. Everything on this build is run through here. I will have to turn this. Actually, you know what? I suppose I haven't run this for such a long time. Main reason for it is just because I just can't be bothered. You are connected to that, so you're fine. Oh, I've just stuck that to myself. You go over there. You go there. So this one allows it up to 40 seconds. We're all good. It'll turn itself on in a minute. So that one switch I pulled has got a 40-second timer. Well, for what I understand, it's a 40-second timer. And then when this light turns on, the water's flowing. So it's all good. It's progressive. I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking, man. It's most appreciated. Just gotta wait. Because this is hooked up to the water mains downstairs, it's about 40 seconds before all the belts clear. There you go. So now these should be mining. All of these are mining now. And the blurry part, the blur annoys me a little bit, but I think it's just because of the amount of stuff that I've got on the line. But yeah, I haven't run this for such a long time, and then it's like when I turn it on, it's like, is it going to work still? There we go. Oh, it's the DLS that does that a lot. Oh dear. It's interesting. But there we go. So when people say, oh, do you ever turn it on? I do, but like, I haven't really got a reason to, because it makes so much money. I just don't bother. And always get rid of your iron and your gold off your lines first, because there's so much of it to process. You just get rid of it first. It's all good. But there you go. I don't really... The thing is, I know I'm only going to be at the other end, but I don't really want it to mess up. I only normally turn it on if I'm just going to leave it AFK for a bit. Like I'll still be like watching it technically, but I'll be doing something else. Like I'll be watching a TV series or something, and I'll just have it playing, and then it'll just work itself for a bit. Really, that's all I really use it for now. Like, and the reason why is because I haven't ever finished off down here. None of this is connected yet properly, because I'm still building it. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll get there and deal with it, but I'm not in any major rush really at the moment. Huh. Should have turned off those first. And the reason why I should have done that is because this line is the line for all of the drills and not the conveyor belts. So it's got to wait another 40 seconds to finish. I suck. There's my bad. How's the family? They're doing all right. Half term, it's been begrudging, I think is the word for it. Just gotta wait now. But yeah, even at like the tier 1 drills, they pull enough. I do need to put a little sign above it, like drills, main water. And there we go. So I've just done a little bit. It should all process before it ends. Go on, Ruby. Plop. There we go. Right, let's continue building, shall we? Right. So I need windows. Right. All good. Oh, it's not tables, it's table. That's fine, that's fine. Right, now to put a roof on it, I suppose. Right. So that should do as a stand. I think you've got 2 windows until backwards. Probably these ones, yeah. Yeah. Right. Right, let's put a roof on it. So this is where I need my little cap so I can fly above it. Where did I put my flying cap? There it is. So that's not right. That's better. More symmetrical. Right. Now we need roof. What I want to do with the roof though is bring that down a little bit. Maybe not that far. Just on the front. Then it's all good. Right, and then what I want, I need some tables to sit out the front. There we go. Okie dokie. So obviously I don't have a till. So I'm just going to have like a little box or something on the here. This is where I'd serve people. So I just need like vegetables and bits and pieces. We're probably going to get like a tool rack and stuff and put it in here as well. So this is like a shop that you can actually buy stuff. Well, think of it as like a role-playing game. Yeah. Where's a tool rack? There it is. So I'm gonna have like just the gardening stuff in here. I can't remember how to do stuff. There we go. Easy that. Do. We're just going to have like spades on this one. There we go. Right, now we need like actual chopped fruit and bits and pieces. Thankfully, I think I have some. So we can have that. Do. Right, okay, so I'm gonna physically have to like spawn them in. I don't want to grow an entire crop just so I can have it there, you know. Oh, that wire, I can't hide that. I tried. That is as close as I'm gonna get to hiding it. So I could just stick it behind a wall, I suppose. Baskety, that doesn't exist. Need carrots. Trying to get stuff to... I shouldn't have built the roof first. Damn it. Oh, it's the... Yeah, it's the bloody window that's getting in the way. Bloody windows. Bum ba bum 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 ba dum. That's in line. Oh, I hate the rotation in this game sometimes. What are we going to put in this one? Corn. And we'll put broccoli in here. I can't spell. Right. Okay, so next what am I thinking? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Bucket. You can never have enough buckets for like scenery, it's all good. That's a bin. It's looking a bit more quaint and cozy. I just need to think of more things to just put places, so... Basically, I'm just decorating. So I sort of consider this would be like a working farm. You know, I mean, every farm has a shop because they sell their own stuff. So this farm wouldn't be any different. It would still be selling its own stuff, Just not as much as the other places in town. I'm going to have to hammer this stuff down. Oh. I haven't grown anything like cactuses yet and things like this. Right. That looks a bit more. Could put some power bars behind the counter. To what end though? I'm only going, if I put 100 out. Oh, 100 is not a lot. It looks a little bit nicer. Why can't I spell tonight? That is really, really deafening. There we go. There's my farm shop. That's all I wanted to build down here. Now I've got to build this. I'd say the worst part is I sort of hammered all this down, so I can't move the base, which not great. But I can't put a door on it because of obviously like what's behind here. All I need to do is just wall this off, really. Could do. Oh, come on. All I want, just spell the word stone and we'll be alright. Well, I do need to put a water supply in, don't worry. I normally put that in as the roof thing. So I normally run a water supply off of an actual existing pipe. So much like these ones over here. That's how I'd probably put it in. Or I'll put one outside so you just sit underneath it and it powers up them all. But yeah. That's what I'm sort of looking at. It'll probably be better if I just run a pipe through to here and then just have it above, so you can just sit underneath it and then fuel up and then put it back in the garage. I know, it's all of the little things I sort of think about as well. It's all good, Charlie. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing all right, mate. I'm just I'm having a chill day. I've done a lot of grinding today, like getting certain things into certain places so I can make more videos. So the Monbazoo one, I was sitting here, like, I was basically on autopilot for like 3 hours. And I didn't have to do anything. I just had to watch plants grow and make maple syrup, and that was it. And by the end of it, I'm just sitting there going, I don't really want to play Monbazoo at the moment. I just want to take time off of it. So I've done too much on it. Currently making... so when I did my last video of it, I was on like $0 and $0 every week. In my next video, I'm like 70 grand up because of maple syrup. And that's, if you work out how long that's taken me, you can earn 2 grand per barrel per day, well, per Sunday, and I'm earning 24, 25, 26 grand every week now. And I've done multiple deliveries of maple syrup. I've made 3 weeks worth of weed, opened up a barn, and now I have to grind the game until I've got like $300,000 so I can buy... Have you seen Dre's Monbazoo videos? No, and the reason why I'm not watching anybody else's Monbazoo videos is because every single person who's done Monbazoo has gone, hey, today on Monbazoo we're going to be building the truck. That's the first thing everybody's done. For me, I sat there and just went, I need $300,000 to build the roads, to pave this, to then this, and then I'll do the truck. The truck is the cherry on the pie, right? I'm going to finish off the pie first. I'm going to have all of my stuff automated. I'm going to be building a massive marijuana farm underneath my pit. I'm going to be doing all of that stuff, and then I'll build the truck. Because I feel that everybody rushed off to do the truck because it was the newest, biggest thing in the game. But they're not thinking of the eternal... Unless they're putting on the money cheat, they're not thinking of the eternal grind to pave the street. Because to pave... I looked up the cost of it. It's $195,000 to do the park... to do your car park out the front of your house, the main road, and the other section. Right? It's 195 grand. And then I've got the bunker to build, which is... I've got to spend $40,000 on the bunker... and all the stuff that comes with it, so that's like another 100 grand, and then I can build the truck. And I don't think everybody else is thinking of that grind. So for my last video, when I discovered Roger's shop, since that point, all I have done is grow plants and do maple syrup. Grow plants and do maple syrup. That's all I've done. I'm literally, and I know I'm doing it, I'm falling asleep whilst doing this. Because my head just goes down whilst I'm watering plant, and I'll just cop off for a minute, and I'll be sitting there just going, shit, and then I have to come back to click to reality and start doing it again. It's so boring, but I have to do it because I want to do it properly, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's that one thing that I'm like, I'm putting in the work for it, and I know loads of people are. I know some people will be using mods. You know, that's just given. People use mods all the time to do stuff because they're in the game. They're going to be used. And some people use it for time, you know, for taking less time to do things. But, yeah. Monbazoo looks a bit boring, yes. The grind is boring. Like, when you're, like, making maple syrup, when you've got to a point where you've got, you know, all you're doing is filling up a truck of maple syrup and it's on autopilot. And then all you've got to do is take it to the shop and get it sold. And then you take it to the shop and get it sold, and you're just sitting there going, I'm bored. But I'm keeping with the grind. So when you see my money going up in the top left corner, please know that every single one of those dollars was honestly earned, because it's taken me a little while. Okay, so that's our wall. Now, I might make these like window sections a little bit smaller, but they don't have to be. This is like medieval times. I mean, okay, they didn't have vehicles back then, but they generally didn't give a shit about holes in walls, especially when like I've got hourglass on and I don't lose anything. Right, probably going to end up doing a flat roof for this as well because of just reasons. Well, yeah, I would go. Honestly, yeah, Hydroneer has got a lot going. It's got a lot more going for it now. I mean, when I first started playing this back on 1.2, I would have probably disagreed with you. Well, I was stupid, but that was the whole thing for me. Was I wanted to just play the game and enjoy it. But over my time of playing this, I'm like, you know what? I just want to grind it. I want to make things look pretty now, and that's why I started. That's why I was doing things like this here, because for my entire time of playing Hydroneer has been start a new game, do something, start a new game and do something, start a new game, and I've been doing that constantly for 2 years nearly. And I figured I actually just want to build something that is just an evolution of the game. You know, so I've got my tier 1 build, my tier 2 build, now I've got my greenhouse, and I've got my blacksmith house, then I'm building my garage, and I've still got all this land to play with. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just building stuff and being happy now. Genuinely, I'm quite alright with that. You know, because at the end of the day, it's just nice to actually see everything coming together for once, instead of just doing the same, you know, just doing the same thing where I'm literally just starting a new game and I'm doing this, and starting a new game and doing this. And man, the amount of times I've spent just resetting this game because I was doing something else, you know. If we were able to reset plots of land without having to start a new game, I would have done that. And I really would have, but I couldn't. The game wouldn't let you. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this now. I've got the time now. And the whole flat roof thing seems to be something I'm doing for all my little buildings. It's a barn. When I start Hydroneer, I fund a lot. You found a lot of my videos very helpful socially when it comes to especially when it comes to logic. I don't know, I'm crap at logic, so what you see in those videos is like very, very basic stuff, because I don't really do a lot with logic. I'm not, my brain doesn't work logic. It's generally just not in tune with it. Yeah, so if I helped somebody with the logic, it's all good. I'm quite happy that it helped, but yeah, I'm not the person to go for when it comes to. Well, if you like Promethean, if he joins in, he's probably better with logic. He gets a bit tongue tied, but genuinely he's a better teacher of logic than I am. But yeah, I'm not the one when it comes to logic. Everything else, yeah, I enjoyed all that. Like in the beginning stages when we were investigating into the game, and this makes this and this makes that, I was well into that. But I mean, over time, I've just got to a point where I can't keep doing it because of time more than anything. And I think this is something I've spoken quite a bit about. When I first started playing this, I was like, you know what, this is a game I really want to get in. I want to deep dive into, even though there wasn't a lot really in it. But now I'm moving on slowly into other games and doing different things. I don't have as much time anymore. Mr. Games, you're never late. Trust me, I'm always online, so it's all good. It's not actually logical. I'd agree with you. I would actually agree. I'll nail all this down another day. I just like building. I may not be the best, but I just like it. It's just fun. Any upgrades planned for the PC? Think you so money is a big thing, Charlie. I'm going to put that into perspective. Upgrading the computer is probably going to be, I'm reckoning, end of this year, because I need to save up for it. You know, I'd like to upgrade the CPU and everything else and go into next gen. Even think about maybe moving to DDR5 because of, obviously it's DDR5 and everyone moves up faster. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to start saving up, and it's gonna take me all year. Basically, I don't unless somebody goes, here Hybrid, here, have £1,000. I don't think that's gonna happen again. Like, not for a really long fucking time. So yeah, any money that I'm getting from my channel, if it's not going into my bills, is going into savings. And I'm literally just going to upgrade at the end of the year. And I'll go from there, basically. But right now, I'd like to. But I can't. There is a mod. Yeah, I've got it installed. But I'm not auto-locking everything down. Like, I don't want to lock down all my pipes and all my belts and stuff, because I still move those things around. Or if there's a problem with them, that I can updo. Like all the scenery and stuff, mostly I've hammered down naturally myself. You know, there's a few bits and pieces I haven't touched, but most of this I've just gone around with a hammer. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, so I don't know if people are watching this. If you want to help out with Hybridsteel's next upgrade for his computer, hit the join button, hit the donation button, any of that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, I don't expect it. What I need to do is I need to sort of like buck my ideas up and actually think of how I'm going to do stuff now. I've spent a long time just sort of flittering stuff away and doing stuff that maybe I should have thought about the second time. But yeah, I need to start actually thinking about how to do stuff and like saving properly and doing things like how it should be, you know, not taking the piss all the time. I don't want to push F11, I want to push F7. We'll get there. It's just one of those things. It's why I know it sounds weird, but that's why I sort of want more people to watch my videos. It's why I try to make more, I want to say more entertaining videos now, because I want more people to watch. I want more views so I can make more money, so I can build a better computer, so I can give stuff to my kids instead of saying no, we can't do this, that sort of thing. I want to be able to do stuff more, and that's sort of why I'm trying to do different things. And it's why I've considered like making tutorial content on a different channel, because then I can deep dive into things and have long projects instead of that sort of thing. So yeah, that's just how I'm seeing things now. I know it sounds like it's a sellout thing, but you're gonna, if you're in any sort of industry, like, you know, even if you're a rock star, everyone says you sell out when you start getting record labels and stuff. It's not, no, that's not selling out. That's people giving you faith in their industry. And if I make more money on this platform, that just means more people are willing to actually watch my videos instead of just the standard 200. It's one of the things I don't get. There's 15,600 people subscribed to this channel, and the average video gets about 200 views. I just don't get it. So I think it's just like people don't like what I make half the time, and then I really do start to second guess myself. Like, should I really be doing this now? Should I just give up? I don't know. It has crossed my mind a couple of times. I'm just basically not cut out to do this shit. But we'll get there eventually, maybe. If I don't, I'm just going to carry on anyway. I think I'm just going to make videos regardless. But I do want more people to watch, which means I may have to stroll into more mainstream games, or just straight up copy people and just try and understand how they do things. It's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be that person who copies everybody else, but at the same time, they're the ones that are making like thousands of dollars per video, and I'm not. So there's definitely something I can learn from them. It's something I've got to learn myself. But yeah, there we go. That's just how it is. There we go. Right, so that's those built. Now we got to just, I've got to finish off downstairs. Tier 2 needs to be done now. I think we need to head down there and just start working. This doesn't have to, the thing is, this doesn't have to be massive. This just has to be big enough to run maybe a couple of rows of machines, and then I can just start. That's the plan. Why did I put a belt here? I'm trying to think why I put a line of pipes here. Was I gonna seriously put another? I wasn't gonna put another conveyor belt. I wasn't gonna put another row of belts here. Oh, that's where I went wrong. So with this one, as you got one facing forward, one facing backward, one facing forward, one. I've got two facing forward. I think this is because I only had one conveyor belt at the time. You found a more conveyor. I don't know. I mean, I like mine. I think I'm just going to stick to mine anyway, but yeah. Just going to type in pipe. I'll find it. So I'm not very good at game theory. I'm alright. I mean, I think this will be all fine. I mean, if I really wanted to go, you can't really go much more compact than this because they're next to each other and they're joined. But you could run these top pipes off of pipes from the conveyor belt. So what you could do, if you really wanted to, pull a do a T pipe from here and loop it up into these two instead of having them over top. It would be clean. Actually, you know what? That would be cleaner. The problem with that is you wouldn't be able to power them as much as you'd want. So the best part about this setup is that because you'll have this gap between these ones, you can put your pressure tank in the middle, and you can put the pressure tank in the middle of the actual things. So if you feel like you want to get like 100% worth of power, the pressure tanks are on that line along with the rest of your build. That's how I saw it, at least. So this one will go here. So I need to get my spade. My David spade. Oh, I need to unlock a wall. Oh, what's got? I'm just going to take it. And if I take that pipe out, whack that over there. And then get another drill. And that drill is going to go there. It's not that square, but this square, and it'll go this side. And then we're good. And then we just need 2 T-pipes. How you doing, Travis? Welcome to the live stream, buddy. That's not a T-pipe. There we go. So, you've got this spacer in the middle. If you feel like you need to get more pressure in your pipeline, you take that out and put a pressure tank in, and then you power the rest of the line, which you'll probably get 250, is it 356 or 360 out of that? So that's not too bad. That pushes a lot of pressure. That's just how I do things. That's right, man. It's not a problem. But yeah, I'm just having a building session. I'm having a reflection day. Let's put it that way. It's mainly because all I've done today is mainly ground out Mon Bazoo. I did a little bit of Plan B today, so I've actually gone up to where am I at on Plan B? I've got 2 cities running up to advanced mechanical parts section now, so both of them are running quite high. I need to now put a garbage disposal on my second city. 95% of my transport is trains, and I'm running very, very, very high. What's the drink of the day? Drink of the day is Fanta in their funky bottle. So yeah, I've been busy mainly on messing around on certain games. But yeah, I'm sort of, how many do I need? I need 2 over there. Probably 3, I don't know. Mainly Mon Bazoo, I would say, would be the thing that I've been doing the most. Right, now we just need T-pipes, which I'm just going to have spawn up. And I know some people go, but you're cheating. It's like, really? I know it looks like I'm cheating, but I've spent, I think I deserve it more than anything. I've spent a long enough time in this game playing and sort of helping people. I'm doing what I want to do more than anything. I think I find that more funny. Like, before mods were invented, I did everything by hand. I spent 30 hours building 100 machines. I spent all that time doing all that stuff. It's like, you're cheating. And I deserve it, you know. Don't really give it. I think I've got to a point now, because I've been playing it for so long. I think I've played enough of this game in vanilla to really go, oh, yeah, okay, I'm cheating. Because I really, really, really don't care. And what I'm hoping is that every single one of these will work. I might have to bring in a dev pipe and just see if they actually do work, because the dev pipe obviously would just spawn water in, and then I can see if they work. That might be something I need to test because of, well, reasons. So that's going to be the end of that line there. That's fine. Actually, I need my shovel, because I need to take out a bit more out of this wall. Okay, so that one's going to be facing that way, so we need the dirt to go there. That is fine. And we need that one to face me. So that's fine. It's all good. And the reason why I keep building these is because I know they work more than anything. Hopefully this setup works. I'm going to plumb it all in and then we'll see. So I need to turn all the switches on first. That's all good, that's all good, that's all good. And then it's all going to come off. If I put 2 buckets down here, we should be alright. Because it's literally just going to bring up dirt. I need not buckets, pans. So the plus side to using mods is that I can test all of this without even hooking up to water supply. That's what I need to do, so that's good. That I need to open up, and I need to put a crystal in, a shard bar. Lots of zeros. Oh. There you go. Okie dokie. So we'll do the same to this. We got one in there as well. Now I just need belts. And we'll put belts down this row as well. So very much similar to the way that we do vegetables. This is how this belt works. Oh yeah, it's just conveyor. Conveyor. One of those. There we go. And that is how I build a tier 2 section. You don't have to do exactly the same as me. It's all up to you. All I need to do is know that this works. So intake. Gonna get a bit ropey, but yeah. Yeah, that's working. It's all good. At least I know it works. I know. Clear all dirt chunks. Done. There we go. So that works. That's all good. So with that one there, I'm just going to put in a corner pipe. And then... done. So all I need to do right now, really, is just build another 2 rows. I was just going to build another 2 rows across here. And then that was literally going to be my entire tier 2 setup. Because... tier 3 at some point is going to be a thing. So I don't know exactly how big it's going to be. I don't know where it's going to go. And that was my biggest worry. Like tier 3 is something. So what I wanted to do and what I needed to find out was where this base actually finishes. Because above me is a setup. Below me is tier 3 dirt. Right below me. So I don't know how big the headroom's going to be. I don't know how big these machines are going to be. So I figured if I just basically left this open, worst comes worst, I could rip this whole floor up and have this as like a platform, and then you could overlook tier 3. But I don't know. So yeah, I'm still I'm not sure where I'm going with tier 3. And that was the whole thing. That was my whole. I don't know where I am in my map, and I don't know where anything is above me. What I do know is that I'm still, and I think I'm still under like the main section of the area. What I mean by that is, let's just go unstuck. I think most of my base is still under this section here. This being the widest part of the level and being the biggest, tier 3 could be potentially massive, but I don't know where my base is. So this has been my this has been my problem. I don't know where I am. Does the gravity defying belt still work? Yeah, if you use the RTY mod, it should still work. But yeah, I've done quite a lot of building area, but I don't know. This is the problem with building underground, and I don't know if anybody's going to bother listening to this. The problem with building underground is I don't know where the rest of my build is. Like from here, I don't know. All I do know is that my sort of like my inlay here cuts into my roof. That's it. That's all I know. That's why I think I think I know where I am roughly. But it's quite hard to it's quite hard to know where I am above ground and underground. Especially when I'm this far underground and I don't know where I am that way. Do you get it? The other thing I was going to do is wherever I am, I was going to build like a stairwell that probably starts, I don't know, about here and just goes straight down to tier 3, and then tier 3 would have its own processing section, because the problem with having like tier 1 and tier 2 on one set of belts is that you have to work out the time between how long it takes to get from the bottom to the top, and then you have to have a setup ready for that. If I just have a tier 3 section where I make a collection point, let's say here, and tier 3 is all the way underground, at least then I know where it is, you know. So there's all these sort of like things in my head. I've got to try and figure out where I am and what I'm doing. Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, Paul, would be that I would just find another route through. So what I can do, because I did leave myself enough room for that, would be to, I would literally just build a vertical conveyor belt from here and just go up the side of the wall, and then I would take it up to the next floor and then just move it onto the top there. It's something I can do, but again, I don't know where I am. But yeah, apart from that, this is pretty much what I needed to do tonight. I just needed to get the basics down for this, and then I can just work on it whenever I feel like it. And then 2.2 comes out soon. But I just need to keep building here, really. I did not want to do that. Let me just get rid of all this stuff first. See, RTY mod. As long as that spanner still sits there, that's how I know the mod still works, because it doesn't disappear. If it disappears, it means the mod doesn't work anymore. So but my main fear, and I would say like my main big fear, is that the game is starting to get laggy because I've got so much stuff here. Yeah, I could do. But it's more fun guessing, isn't it? Or what I could do, because I'm at the bottom here, is take out a wall and just build a set of stairs up and find out where I am and then work from there, I suppose. Which isn't a bad idea. We'll just hammer through this and we'll just go outside. Need a pickaxe. Hi-ho. Hi-ho. It's off to work we go. So I'll put a floor down in a minute and we'll just work off that. Megan, how you doing? Right. Let me just go with stone on this. We're building a tunnel. Play the Diggy Diggy Hole song. No, I can't, I'll get copyrighted. I don't risk any soundtracks at all. Right. But it's therapeutic. Digging is fun. What I'm gonna do is I'll put down another 2 bits of floor where I think I might be safe, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So that's my last bit of flooring. Okay, cool. So I hope that I don't bang my head on a stone floor. The only way is up, baby, for you and me now. The only way is up, baby. I hope I don't hit concrete. Because if I hit concrete, then I'm still below my main floor. Yeah, I think I am. I think it's not that far through that wall though. I remember when we would have had to hit every single lump of this by hand. Like, there's no auto click function on the pickaxe. It just goes one click at a time. I think that's tier 1 dirt. I think we're going to be alright. Damn it! If I come out right next to my garage, I'm going to be well happy. We're nearly there. Nearly there, because it's now like occasionally you can glitch the animation. Stay. Super long staircase. So, have you guys been keeping up with the whole drama behind is it Day Before? Is that what it's called? I can't remember now. It's the game that's causing the game that's causing all the controversy. Not Hogwarts. We got daylight. Now, where do I think I'm coming out? Oh, you've got to be joking. Right next to my shed. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's pucker. Tailpop. No, so basically there have been interviews with certain members, well, ex-members of the Fnatic team and people who are currently working on the project. And their names have been not disclosed for obvious reasons. and they're basically saying that the game is still 2 to 3 years out. There's no way it's going to get made this year. They've got issues with this, that, and the other work, and basically, if anything needs to be changed before the game, before they say it has to be changed, or the main people who run Fnatic are just like, yeah, by the way, if you don't do this, you're fired because, well, you're not good enough. They've gone through quite a few staff members apparently. It's been a proper drama, to say the least. So what I'm going to do from here, this is going to be my tier 3 entrance down to tier 3. Alright, so I'm going to build a staircase all the way down to where I need it to be, and then obviously this is going to be tier 2, and then tier 3 is going to go down that way, and then it's going to have its own conveyor belt system to the surface. I'm not going to use the original one. I'm going to build an entirely new setup just for tier 3. And that's if the game would let me, because it has been getting more ropier the more stuff I've added to this. I don't know how long it's going to last. That's my main issue with, I don't know if it's going to like lose bits. So I've got to build another section here. I've got to build another tunnel down. And then we're good. And the tunnel I want to build is very similar to the one that we've already got. So I'll probably just put a door in here, actually. But yeah, it's all good. So what I really want to do is I want to move, well, not move, but I'm going to run a cable from here under all of this and into here. Because number one, I can, and number two, I need it to run the lights. So that's going to be fun. That means I'm going to have to hammer all this stuff up because I've already put stuff down. Yeah, problem. I could just... oh no, I can't. That's a lot of cable. I mean, I do run this cable that runs above me here. I could just run that to the stairs and then just light that up as I go. So that's an idea. That could be done. It just means that it's all running off the same lamps. Then all I've got to do is turn it on. And that we could actually do from down here instead of having to go all the way round and everything else. So let's see if we can do that. So I need to go down. I need to bring it down to this wall here and then just scoot across the floor. Yeah, I got wiring everywhere. I only put that cable in today or yesterday. So I need to clear all of that out the back of these stairs and then put the lights in behind, which is what I did before. Did I put anything behind them to just reflect light? I can't remember. No, it's just dirt. That's fine. Don't stand on the memory possibilities. What you and changing man do? Right. Done. Yeah, basically, mate. I just need to go up the stairs. Worst part is I need to sort of like cave all this way through. How did I do this before? This is my problem. I can't remember if I used just if I used a certain sort of cable or I didn't. You come with me. When you can't remember how you did stuff. That's too hidden behind that wall. Oh, I did it right. Pig zero this, didn't I? Okay, cool. So going by what I did, let me just have a look. So I came up and used a T. By the looks of it, I just used a T-pipe to get me out of here. Well, a T-cable. Yeah. So it's just you go in here, T cable up, over to the next one, T cable up, and over. Okay, that's fine. Gotcha. Well, you can do that. Yeah. So there, that needs to be a, because we're working up and not down, that needs to be a T cable up. Then it's corner into T cable going up, T cable, T, and we go from there. Right. I'll probably put lights on this bit as well because we're going to be in a tunnel. So that's how far back that has to be. That's evenly back. Right. Come on, brain. I mean, we did it like that before. But it's a long way up. Why can't I work this out? I know what I've got to do. It's just doing it. I think we're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be stepped up, isn't it? So sort of like this, and then so that's cable's going to be facing. Oh no, that's just normal straight. We need another T. So that's going to be above this one here. So we're going to have to T cable out of here and go up that way. It's going to be mad, Jim. Right. So that could just be a this one could just be an elbow, and that's fine. And then the next one, no, because then that doesn't work. Curve up, then curve left. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We got a lot of practice, so be all right. Needs to go in there though. It's like when I can get the first 3 done, then I'll just follow that pattern. I don't know. It might actually be worth doing it like a snake, so it goes up like, yeah, like that. I don't know. Is that how you're trying to Is that how you're trying to explain it to me? So what I mean is that from this one we got to this point, and then from this one we got to that point, and then we got to that point, and we just curve up and curve up and curve up. Is that what you're gonna think? Because that would work. So like that. How you doing, Chris? Welcome to the live stream. Just elbows, mainly. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Just building an entirely new stairwell because we can, mainly. This is the biggest job of the night, this one. Is building the new stairwell for tier 3 start. Hey, I found my other set of stairs. I lost them. Alex Lancaster, thank you very much for subscribing. Boom to you. Welcome to the hybrid clan of subscribers. If you want to do any more, you can, but I don't expect you to. Right. So now we just need this one. So I can go there and I can go there. And we dig into that bit, and then we carry on. Here's going to be a lot of messing around. So that's where I need those 2 cables. Not in the stairs, but that's the level where they need to be. Show that man some love in the chat. If you got heart emojis, that sort of thing, hit it up. Okay, so my next one's going to be there. Next one after that is going to be... If I can just get the placement right, where are they going to go? And then all I have to do is spawn in corners. So that's how many that I've got left to do. Does anybody else watch the WAN show here, or is it just me? If you don't know what the WAN show is, then you haven't been online as Tech Tips for a while. For a long time. I don't need to see better. It's a computer. I just turn the camera up. But the problem with putting the lights on is that they might not work straight away. Like when you put a lamp on a live circuit, it doesn't seem to work straight away. And you have to reset the circuit every time. Oh, I got to stop picking up the ladder. Right. Now I just need to elbow pipe the whole line. Need to clean up the corners as well. Fudge. Right. Yep. Going to get my pickaxe again. Oh, here we go. We're nearly there. Need my pickaxe again. Don't worry, you might not see all this wall when I'm finished. There should be a wall either side of this, like I've done before. So should be okay. Right, we'll leave that at the top because we're getting closer to the top now, so we're all right. That's where we are. All the way around. Maybe this is what I should have done on the original. Like, my original staircase. I turned it all into one pillar system instead of just maybe more thinking about it. Seeing this as a slightly more valid way of doing this. We're done. Let's just clean all this up so that it doesn't look like anything's breaking. Because you can have an issue with dirt like colliding with your cables. I think we're done. It's all good. All right. Why not put the lights in while you... Oh, yeah, it's just in it. Hello, Cammy. How you doing? Right. Now we just need light. And that's why we don't put lights in when you're doing stuff. Because they don't work. In order for these to work, I have to go back to the main switch and just push the green button again. When it's just easier just to do this. What am I making? I'm making a second staircase that will be my main route down to tier 3 when 2.2 comes out. So now, if I push this green button, and we can run all the way down to tier 2. And now my corridor is all lit up, and so are my stairs. Ta-da! And now, I just need to make it look a bit like this. So, welcome Jan, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, now I just need to expand it out, make it actually look like a mine shaft. And then when 2.2 comes out, my staircase can go straight down into that mine. And I've got all that space underground to mine tier 3. So that's what I'm waiting for now. That's all I'm waiting for, really. Okay, so we're just going to stone wall this. And then we're going to put a roof on it. So it looks like a mine shaft. That's the whole thing. That's all I'm doing. We built my garage, built my shop. Right, start putting stone walling. Let's start this joint. Let's rock this joint. And because I like to, I'm going to put all my cables behind a wall so we don't have to see it. We're all waiting for tier 3, exactly. That's why I'm building this now. Because I can build this now, and then when tier 3 does come out, I'm ready to go. And that live stream will just be, right, okay, now we can go straight down my set of stairs. We can get down to tier 3. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Break through the floor, open up a setting, and make a setup. Basically, that's that. Right below this soil is tier 3. That's tier 3 soil. I can't dig into it because it's right there. So yeah, we're waiting for tier 3, and then we're going to be breaking straight through, and I'm just going to go for it. Basically, that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, baby. Now, technically, I shouldn't have any issues with this, and unless something really dodgy happens with an update and logic stops working altogether, this should be okay. There we go. Now I just need to put a roof on it, and as I put a roof on it, I'll chisel out the top. So the roof is actually built with the wooden roof, or the other roof. Just we only use the under panel. So you literally just use that bit there. So all this bit will be buried underground. You won't see the roof, you'll just see the wooden tile. See? Smart, me. I just don't know what I do with, what did I do with my pickaxe? Oh, there it is. Bloody donut, right? This is how we build in Hydroneer. With hours of labour. You play the I didn't even know there was an update for Planet Crafter. I uninstalled Planet Crafter a while ago, and I don't know. Future Max tier 3 equipment needs to be paid with 100,000 gardening coins per machine. Oh, that's easy. So if let's say you do need gardening coins to buy some of the stuff for tier 3, get the cash converter. I've got it. It's amazing. It pays 1,000 Hydro coins per 1 coin. So you need a shed ton of Hydro coins, but you literally chuck your normal coins in here, and your farm coins come out of here. So it costs me 200. I think it cost me $200,000 to get 2,900. When is tier 3? I have no idea, mate. Have no idea. Nobody knows apart from Max and Itchy, and even then they're basically not saying anything, because if they do, then if it doesn't come out, then it's just like, well, yeah, you lied. Well, we didn't. Well, you did, because it didn't come out on this day. Blah, 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 blah. You'll get lots of angry nerds. Be like, oh, it should have been out by now. Rah, I'm going to sue you. Rah, and just get angry. Which, what happened? They haven't. Nobody's ever sued them, but you know what I mean. It's just stupid. Yeah, I think it's just TBA'd and been alright. It'll be to be announced. But yeah, the reason why they don't announce it is because if they announce it and something goes wrong with development and so on and so forth, then you know people to get arsey about it. Then they start having to go at Hydroneer. Then they start bad mouthing everything. If they just say, look, we're working on it, it will be out at some point, just give us time, you know, they're doing it. And I mean, it's a bit like the backlash of when like they remade the entire game from 1.7 to 2.0 because they had to recode the entire game so that this version could work better. And people got really pissed off. Oh, well, we've had to wait 11 months for this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, that's because they've basically rebuilt the whole game from scratch. And they've redone the entire code so it works better in the future. So you don't have to keep resetting yourself every bloody update. But apparently that's too good for people, and people just like to complain. And I sort of got annoyed for Max and Itchy on, well, more Max because Itchy's just staff. But I got more annoyed for Max because it's almost like people just didn't understand the fact that development takes time, and if you're redesigning a whole game, it's not like you can push 3 buttons and it's done. It's redesigning a whole game, and people just stupid. And I thought I was stupid. I still think I'm stupid, but I'm not that dumb. But when you start getting nerd rage of people just, oh, well, it's not out, well, oh, we've had to wait all this time because you've taken your time. They've redesigned the game. Chill, calm down, take your inhaler. It's all good. And I'm only allowed to say that because I take an inhaler. All right, I'm taking the piss out of myself. But yeah, that's just how I saw it. Do. Ba 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 ba. I'm going to be using the inside of the wall on this bit because it's like underground mine. Yeah. Ja, das Oggy Goggy. Right. Miles Power. How you doing, bud? Welcome to the live stream. Does farming work underground? Yes, if you have lots and lots of lights. If you have the lighting, you have enough. It's all good. Do. Just want this to look a bit more sort of like rugged, not as polished, you know, just so it's like, oh, it's another way out, blah 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 blah. What I will do is I'll put a wall up just for like grading scale. It is going to go down there. Making a mine. Right. Do. Now I just need more wood. It's a shame I can't angle it. It has to be on this like standard shape. Hey, the found believer. How are you doing, sir? I'm doing right. I'm doing okay. How are you? I'm just adding aesthetics to my little build here. Because this is tier 3. Well, it will be when it comes out. Now that looks a little bit more like a mine shaft. So what I'm going to do is from here, this staircase won't fit. At the moment it has to finish here because I can't go any deeper. But once it can go down further, it will. You know, but for now, it looks a bit more like a mine shaft. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see where tier 3 goes. If I'm going to be honest, I haven't got a clue what's going on. And the reason why is because number one, I'm still in the community, but I'm not really a main part of it anymore. I would say that I go in there and sort of share my videos here and there, and like every other person does. I talk to people occasionally, but the reason why I'm not in there so much anymore is just because I do a lot more now. You know, been very quiet with work as of late. Couldn't be happier for it. Cost of living, yeah, it's gone through the roof here as well, man. I mean, cost of living sucks at the moment. We're getting through. It's not great, but we're surviving. But I like it. I like this. I just need to patch this up, I think. Build your own pre-built is... What's better for pre... I don't know, because if you use a service like A lot of pre-built services are not great. I mean, the reason why they're easier is because some of the stuff's already, you know, I mean, it's not greatest components unless you buy like a 4090 graphics card and the exact thing you need and this, that and the other. They'll cheap out somewhere. It'll be a cheaper motherboard, that sort of thing. So you'll probably get like a tough 550 board, that sort of thing. Honestly, NZXT do a really good pre-built service. They're not going to be, you know, they're going to be made specifically NZXT, but they are good. I can't really fault NZXT for being a maker and an actual like components part as well, because they're just genuinely good. But their pre-built's good. If you want one made by a Twitch streamers company, try Starforge. They're a good company. They're being made by people like Moist Critical, Asmongold. They own the company, and then they have people making them. They even have the original COO of Artisan Builds. Artisan Builds got into a real big trouble with like some of their stuff and having like a really weird way of getting a PC. You had to have a certain amount of memberships in this, but the COO was actually a decent guy. He just got pulled in with everybody else under all the shit that was in that company. But genuinely, Starforge Builds, good company, like them. And yeah, Knob Rocket. Well done, Chris. You watched the video as well. Yes, mate. Knob Rocket. Poor Asmongold. It doesn't look like a peanut. Yeah, it does. In honesty, I mean, the problem is if you want to build or buy a computer nowadays, your computer has to have something better in it than a 2060. Right, because if not, you're at the same sort of like grounding as a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series whatever we're up to. How I know this is I have a PS5 and I have my computer. My computer is like this much better than my PS5 for playing games. It's not as good anymore, and the reason why is just because PS5 was just, I'm going to be honest, PS5 was bloody phenomenal. In the ways of consoles, that is. But the idea would be to buy something. If you're just looking to play games and you're not really fussed, get a console. If you want to get hold of something that's going to take you a little bit longer to mess around with, buy a PC, build it yourself, get that skill under your belt, and do it, basically. Because that's what I did. But I do like consoles. I've grown up on consoles my entire life, but I play PC mainly more because of YouTube. Anybody can be a console YouTuber. You just plug your console in and play games and be happy. Doing it on computer, there's a little bit more to mess around with. You've got editing and making videos and not just relying on streams and like messing around with whatever basic settings you got. It's a little bit more to it, which is quite nice to have. And there's a lot more variety. Like most people who play on console, when it comes to streaming and gaming, it's like, oh, Call of Duty, that'll get me loads of views. And it won't. That will do it. There we go. So now all I've got to do is turn it into a proper mineshaft look, and we're all good. But it's looking solid. I've built my PC. I built myself. I did build. I think modern day era. I've built like 3 computers. I've rebuilt mine because I changed the motherboard out. That was fun. Literally, I took the whole thing apart, unplugged all the wires, gave it a proper deep clean, plugged it all back in. It works perfectly. So technically, I've built 4. I'm taking it as a technical, right? But I would say each to their own. If you just want something and you don't really want to like mess around with building, just buy a pre-build. No one's really going to kill you for it. They'll just get a bit like... I would say that people get preachy about it all, and it's like, wow, you should have built it yourself. But if you just want a game on a computer and you don't really care, don't worry about it then. Just do what you want to do, you know? But it's always good to have that little bit of experience. Always good. My wife with zero technical experience built a tower for me in a couple of hours. Yeah, especially with the amount of guides that are around. Like, Linus Tech Tips did pretty much the definitive guide on how to build a computer. Like, you'd never need another guide after it unless things completely change for the different. Jay's 2 Cents has done a build guide, and he's gone into depth about certain things as well. There's a person called Bitwit. He's done build guides, so there's plenty of tutorials out there if you really need one as well. Agreed. Yeah, if you're building your own, you can salvage. Well, what you do is you buy someone's shitty old computer that's like £200 off of Facebook. 2/3 of it works, 1/3 of it needs replacing. You could spend 200 quid on the build off of someone else's thing. Let's say it needs a new motherboard. You could spend 100 quid on a new motherboard, depending on version, and then you got yourself a working computer for like 300 quid. And it will run, if it's got anything better than a GTX 970, it's pretty much going to run every game on low settings. And then from there you save up a little bit of money and you buy yourself a GPU. But the 3060 graphics cards and the 3050s are 250 quid now. I mean, they are pennies in comparison. Because of the 4000 series, it pushed the 3000 series down. If my graphics card gave up today and I needed a new one, I'd go and buy a 3050, which is the equivalent of what I'm running in the 2060 Super, and it would be here in the next couple of days. I'd sling it in, it'd be fine. And it costs half the amount I spent on my 2060. So, yeah, get a 3050 or a 3060 graphics card for 250 quid, or an AMD 660, 6600. They're pretty decent as well, and they're not bank breaking. You don't have to have like the top quality graphics card to be able to play games, you know. So it all comes down to personal preference. I completely get that. But when it comes down to what I'm going to be spending my money on, yeah, I need to be a bit more picky. But yeah, I stopped building PCs when I grew up and wanted machines that just worked. I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, PCs nowadays aren't as complicated. You got to think back in the day, when you used to have like a PCI slot for a sound card, or a sound card, then you had your LAN card, then you had your other cards, and you had all the other bits, and your motherboard would just be packed out with all these different bits, and you're just sitting there going, yeah, this takes quite a lot of like flummoxing around, really. PCs back in the 90s were a pain in the arse. Anything before then was a pain in the arse. But nowadays, it's a little bit easier. Nowadays, PCs are, because they are, I mean, they come with instruction manuals for a start, which is a good thing, but they are almost idiot-proof. You know, to a point. I mean, there's still going to be technical failures and other issues, but they are almost idiot-proof. I like machines where the graphics are so sharp that you can cut your finger. Yeah, well, if you want things like that, then you need, like, you know, 1440 or 4K display with a 4090 graphics card ramped up to ultra settings, running on RTX and DLSS, and just go for it. But you know, it's not really 100% needed, is it? If I'm going to be brutally honest, you don't need that. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, I run every single game I play on 60 FPS. Every single one of them. Because I don't see the point in running higher. I'm running on 60 frames. I'm running on like 72 hertz monitors. I can't afford bigger monitors than that. So that's how I play. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. Oh yeah. Low rider. is a little slow. There we go. We are done down here now. I have got to extend this out at some point, and I will, just not quite yet. I do like it when everything's sort of done and you're like, I don't have to do anything else anymore. It's getting to that point. All I have to do is build this out. And that's it. That's all I've got to do. All I've got to do is finish tier 2. I upgraded to a 3070 about 8 months ago. I find it quite nice. I'd never buy a top or yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, for me, that's why I would settle for like a 3060 or just a 3050, because I don't need top tier. All I need it to do is run video, and I'm done. I've got Asus, but it's a weird case. Case is a preference. My case is a Fantex 350 Alpha because I like them. Honestly, Fantex for me are a really good case builder. They're not fiddly, they're not thin. I can get my chubby fingers in there and I'm all good. You know, I'm a fat person, but I can still use a Fantex and I'm all good with it. But there are people who prefer one certain brand. There's a couple of, I mean, if you go on Amazon and just type in PC cases, there are a couple of like really weird ones from companies I've never heard of. And then you sit there and just go, actually, I probably would build in it. I mean, I'm not sure about the airflow, but the case itself actually looks all right. You know, it doesn't look ropey. It generally looks solid. I mean, once you get past, once you get past the chassis, which is just the metal frame, everything else is just aesthetics, so it's what you want to build in. As long as there's enough room in there to stick a graphics card and to stick a motherboard and to get all your bits and pieces in there, you're all good. You don't need anything really else. You'll be fine. You just got to watch out for sizing nowadays. If you go to like the 4090 graphics cards, you're going to need like a fat case, because unfortunately the 4090s are so big. You need to have a longer case because they just take up so much space now. It's another reason why I'm not upgrading to 4090. I'm hoping 50 series, when it comes out eventually, they're going to be smaller because they would have already been through the design phase of 40s. And they'll be like, okay, we can make this smaller because it's going to be easier to build in. Excellent. That'll be me sorted then. I first bought a laptop as a secondary for my high-end self-built machine. It wasn't intended for gaming. Once I started playing on it and looked back, I'm now on my 5th gaming notebook. Fair play. I bought an Alienware laptop for gaming. I hated it so much I gave it away. And when I first started YouTube, I started doing stuff on PlayStation. So I did stuff on my PlayStation. I capture carded it into a laptop, and then I would record all my footage and do my videos, which is why all my reviews were done on green screen. And then we upgraded to like this £500 PC from, I think it was Gamer PC or something like that. It was some company, and they built the computer, and then I had to send it back to them because it didn't work properly. And then they sent it back to me and they said there wasn't a problem. And then I sent it back to them and said it doesn't work properly. And then they basically gave me a refund and said, we can't help you. I was like, right, I'm not using you guys again then. And then I got my refund. And then I built my own computer with what Vapor Trader gave me. And Vapor Tray, I'm never going to forget him because of what he did for us. You know, he took his entire stimulus check because he was working through COVID. He took his entire stimulus check and basically posted it to me. And I was able to build my computer. I was able to upgrade. I was able to get what I needed and done. I got my desk sorted. I got, you know, my chair. I got everything I needed. And I wouldn't be in this position I am in now without him. I mean, yes, I'd love this channel to get bigger and better and everything else. But it's because of him I'm where I am now when it comes to my setup. And it's like, you know, it was appreciated. Did you get that refund and the devs of the... Oh, yeah, I got the refund through today. So the refund is now cleared into my Steam, which is nice. Which means I can buy another game at some point. And I've seen a lot. There's been some people on Twitter talking about Wild West Dynasty. They're like, oh, do these people not expect a slightly iffy game? It's early access. Do you not understand this? Like, I've played early access games most of my life. You know? I've played betas, I've done alphas, I've done technical testing, I've done bug fixing for like dev. I've done loads and loads of different stuff for developers in indie games. I've never played a game that I wanted to refund until the other day when I was playing Wild West Dynasty. Thank you very much, Old Man Gaming. I'm nearly finished with this. Nearly. It's just, I'm just putting in the... I'm always going to be sitting there going, I'm just doing the little things. Because that's what I'm always going to be doing. I don't like this because it doesn't sit straight. The only way I can make this work straight is if I use the two sit ones. Stumpy 3219. Boom! Fist bump to you, sir. Show that man some love in the chat. Thank you very much for subscribing. It is most appreciated to have you here. So that's a little bit more centered now. That's better. Much better. Just downside stone, just... Much better. There we go. Welcome to the Hybrid Club. You know. And that's the thing. It is a beta. That whole game is a beta build. It's early access, right? And I wouldn't have cared so much if they had said, "This is an early version. It's like it is a beta. Please give us feedback." Yada yada yada. But they wanted full price for an indie game for it. It's not finished, and it stalled. I live streamed it and it stalled. And I played it for an hour. And I've never been so bored playing a game in an intro for that long. I've never been that bored before. And it could have been, if they'd have said, look, it's out for testing. This is a beta. We want feedback. I would have completely understood it. But you don't charge 20 quid for a game that isn't finished. You just don't do it. That's what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact that you're spending all this money on a game that's not finished and you're going to be waiting. I reckon you've probably got another sort of like 18 months of waiting until that game's in a state of being finished, which sucks. But I think we're done. I think we're done for adding in stuff. That's going to be tier 3. I will leave this corridor here because I can just jump on the stairs and go down. But yeah, it's all good. That is basically where I'm at now. So yeah, if they'd have been honest about it right at the beginning and said, early build, want needed feedback, is in beta, we'll give you 50% off as a brand new customer to a game that's not finished, I'd have gone with it. I really would have. It's like this game. I bought this when it was in version 1.2 going into 1.3, and it was £5. But Wild West Dynasty is £20 for a broken game. That's what I didn't like about it. That was it. Yeah, the tutorial. That what I was playing was the tutorial, and I was bored playing it. And I had to restart it 3 times because the UI was all buggery, and I was like, I don't know what I was doing. And even in the tutorial, I'm still sitting there going, what am I doing? So yeah, I was looking forward to it. That game has been on my wish list for a year and a half. I wanted that to be a good game, even if it was a bit ropey. Like Medieval Dynasty wasn't great when it first came out, but if it was like Medieval Dynasty, where it was a semi-working game and it worked better, I would have been alright with it. But it just didn't. It's just gonna be me, you know. I mean, I'm not the only one, because if you look at the reviews for that game, it's been rough. I mean, let me just go and check Steam now, but I'm pretty sure it's an overwhelmingly negative game. Wild West Dynasty. At the moment, it sits with a big 606 mostly negative reviews. The only other game that, thankfully, I didn't purchase it, and the reason why I didn't purchase it is because it was going to be crap, and it was the Gold Rush, the Gold Rush pistol. I can't remember what it was called now. Gold something. It's a game like Gold Rush. Gold Rush? It's not Gold Rush, it's the other one. Gold Hunters. That's the one. It's got to be Gold Hunters, isn't it? Yeah, Gold Hunters right now. Gold Hunters right now has had a price reduction. It's down to £15.89. Was originally what, 20 something pound? It was horrific. Now, Out of Ore is really good. I'm going to stand by Out of Ore. Out of Ore is an indie game where I think it's just one man building it, and look at what he's doing in comparison to Wild West Dynasty. And that's a one-man band versus a tiny studio. So Gold Hunter, it was horrific, and I didn't buy it. I got it on because they were doing their open weekend or open week or whatever, and that game is in early access, and that game is shockingly bad, and that's been developed for the last 4 years, or nearly 5 years now, and there are people who paid into being a backer for that game, and they're not happy with it, and they paid money to it. So I don't know if it's ever going to be in that state, but it's the same with Wild West Dynasty. If that studio pulls its thumb out of its arse and upgrades it again completely, I'll give it another shot. I will put my hand up and say I'll give it another go. But at the moment, I can put my money to something else that would be more valuable to me. But I don't think it's going to happen. But that, again, it's just me. I think it's going to get to... It will get playable. So it will be playable. It will be an okay game. But in my eyes, it will never be worth the amount of money they're charging for it. That's just how I see it. Yeah, I don't think Gold Hunt is it's going to be anything good. They've done a price reduction on it just in case people actually do pick it up. Because I remember it was like £25 for that game, or 20 quid for that game. It's now £15.89. So they've put a reduction on it so they can get more people to play it. Because obviously it still needs a ton of work. But I mean, the problem is it's going up against. I know Gold Rush isn't anything special when it comes to like intuition and development, but it's going up against something like Gold Rush, and Gold Rush had a pedigree. It's living up to a certain like value. But Gold Hunter, they were like, yeah, it's going to be better than Gold Rush. It's going to be this. It's going to be multiplayer. It's going to have all these things. It's going to do that, and it falls so short of what it was meant to. It was being hyped up to be. It's like it's not quite there, is it? So yeah, there is a lot that Gold Hunter is missing. I mean, the idea of it was really good. Giving you a ton more vehicles was really good. Trying to do dredging was really good, but at the same time, it's like it's missing quite a lot of like fundamentals. What's the one you had trouble with? Car. A car. Sons of the Forest is to be released in 5 days. Yeah, that's got a mass hype. I was looking at the figures on SteamDB. That's it's impressive numbers. My problem with Sons of Forest is it's not my type of game. I don't really get into the whole horror genre anymore, and I've had enough of playing with zombie survival games. I don't really want to anymore. I'm all good, I want to see what this place looks like all lit up now. F2. Let's go to 2100. It looks so much better in here now. I still need to put lights in here at some point. Yeah, boy. Actually, we'll keep that on for a minute. The game I was talking about, the game with the car. What, Mon Bazoo? I like Mon Bazoo. And what I did with this was I wired it up out here as well. It just looks good, Oh yeah. Oh, Gold Hunter. Yeah, it was atrocious. And the circuitry for that is behind a wall. So yeah, the circuitry for that is all behind here. It's wicked. I thought about playing it in VR, but I value my walls. Yeah. I've got a build for you to do. A helicopter landing pad for when you're out flying. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. I mean, we could just turn this into a helipad. Because I do technically do quite a lot of my work here. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. I might do it another day. If I just make this into a bullseye maybe. because you have to have single individual blocks. Oh man. But yeah, that was good. So I've done my building now. I mean, the only thing I really need to do now is I need to bring lights in here. So I'd just run a circuit maybe off of here. I can just chug it through straight over to there. I've got to avoid that cable though. I'll try and find a way, maybe. Actually, did I put lights up in there? I must have put lights up in there because there's a light switch up there. Yeah, I did. So I did put lights in my greenhouse. So I could just run them into here as well. That's fairly simple. But yeah, we're good. But there we go. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this live stream, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates. Next Saturday, I don't know what I'm doing yet, game wise. I may have even bought a new one before then. But if not, I might just sit back a bit with a bit of a plan B and see where we go. But I want to say thank you very much for everyone coming by. If you do want to help support the stream, you can hit the like button, as most importantly. You can help by pushing the little join button that's about there, under here. And yeah, just carry on doing what you're doing. If you do want to help the channel more, watch videos. Watch the videos I've put out. It does help, because if those go up, then the channel goes up. So thank you very much for coming by. This has been Hybridsteel. I'll see you on another one. I want to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you all on Monday through to Friday. New videos coming out nearly every day. Bye bye for now.